Hey guys, it's AskPat13. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing News Flash, a new video segment where I talk about bite-sized news stories from the RLCS scene. And today we're just going to be talking about the regular season MVPs. That's right, Psyonix has announced the regular season MVP for every region. First up, let's talk about APAC. It ended up being Virtuoso. Congrats to Virtuoso. He was chosen in part for his incredible stats. Among other things, he had the most score per game and the most goals per game out of all of APAC. But also, he was on the best team. Elevate made 2 of the 3 majors and are coming into Worlds as the #1 seed. Besides his 2 teammates, which genuinely could have been chosen, the only other player that even would be in consideration is probably OSM of Gladiators. All in all, a great pick, and congratulations to Virtuoso. Next up is Sub-Saharan Africa, and I'm sure this was an easier choice for Psyonix, as not only did they have a clear best team, Limitless, which won 8 out of 9 regionals, but they had a clear best player on that team. To Die For has dominated in every stats category, and in fact, he has the highest score per game, 489, out of any player in the whole world. Yes, he's only playing in Sub-Saharan Africa, but it is still an incredible achievement, and To Die For is deserving of Sub-Saharan Africa's regular season MVP. Congratulations. The next region Psyonix announced was South America, and they chose Drafinho of Crew Esports as the MVP. He was an incredible player. He took his team to a top 8 at the Winter Major and took them to 3 regional wins across the season. He also was top 5 in the region in score per game, goals per game, and demos per game. That said, he had some stiff competition from players like Astramic on Ninjas of Pajamas, and especially KV1 from Team Secret. But he pulled it out and was definitely deserving of this region's regular season MVP. Congratulations, Drafinho. Next up is OCE, and Psyonix selected Superlucky as the region's MVP. And this was to no one's surprise, as not only is he an incredible player, but he got top 5 in score per game, goals per game, and assists per game in his region. And it extended beyond just the stats as well. He attended all 9 regional grand finals, an incredible achievement. Yet, despite being in all 9 of those grand finals, he still isn't at Worlds. It's an unfortunate side effect of him joining a team that formed after fall, which means they're just too far behind in the points. Which is really unfortunate, as he's an incredible player and deserving of this region's MVP. Congratulations, Superlucky, and hopefully we'll see you at Worlds next year. Next, Psyonix announced Mina, and Clears was chosen as regional MVP. Now, some people did find this one as a surprise, as a lot of people would have Rawas over his twin brother, Clears. That said, Clears had the better stats. He got top 3 in score per game, goals per game, and had top 3 shooting percentage. It's an incredible achievement, and Clears is certainly deserving, but again, you could make an argument for his brother Rawas, who is the defensive MVP at the Spring Major. They're both incredible players, and they really are neck and neck. If you're going to go by the stats, it's probably Clears. If you're going to go by perhaps what you think of his impact on the team, you could easily pick Rawas. That said, as I mentioned, Clears is still clearly deserving. It was a 2-man race there that either of them could have won it. So congratulations, Clears, on being your region's MVP. Next up is North America, where FIRSTKILLER was selected as the region's MVP. Now, FIRSTKILLER was one of the clear choices, as he has some of the best stats in the region. He had the most score per game, the most goals per game, the most assists per game, and the best shooting percentage. He's an offensive monster, and he's the best in the region in that regard. That said, he did miss the Spring Major. Meanwhile, the other candidate many people were talking about, apparently Jack from Gen G, made all 3 majors, and not only that, he won one, the Fall Major, where he got MVP at the major. Apparently Jack was another great shout, but he did fall short to FIRSTKILLER, and I have to imagine it was on those stats, as despite his best placement being 2nd place at the Winter Major, FIRSTKILLER kind of makes up for it with all his stats, especially if you don't hold it too much against him for missing the Spring Major. So congratulations, FIRSTKILLER, on being MVP. Last but not least is Europe, where Vatira was selected as MVP. And I don't think this is anyone's surprise. If you're a little bit new to the scene, maybe just having been from last split, you may be thinking, well, what about Zen? Maybe what about Alpha 54? The reason is Vitality just wasn't the same prior to this spring split, and this is across the entire season. Zen just joined, so for one split, he's not really eligible for a season-long award, and in Alpha 54's case, he had a much weaker fall, and it still was a weaker winter than Vatira. So I think Vatira is the clear answer here, is he attended all 3 majors, he won the Winter Major and was MVP at it, and he still got a very respectable 3rd place at the Spring Major. Let's not pretend that was a weak performance. He took Vitality to a Game 7, after all. So for all those reasons, Vatira won, and congratulations, Vatira, for being your region's MVP. Thanks everybody, I hope you enjoyed this news flash. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next video.